Yeah. With like magically enchanted items, do they have a certain length of time on them? We've gone through that before, where we think it's the power of the wizard that keeps it going.
Yeah, I think so.
So, like, for example, the bike, the flying bike. On the movies, they've got that big flame boost that I'm guessing is meant to be like Dragonfire or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's in books as well. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Dragonfire, isn't it?
I won't 100% if it were, but that's what happens. Is that just magic on the bike?
Yeah, it's just enchantments, isn't it?
Just enchantments on the bike, yeah?
I'd assume that they've stored some Dragonfire or something inside it as well. There must be like a way to bottle it or something.
How long is that bike going to last?
Well, I mean, it gets destroyed in the book, doesn't it, as it crashes, so not that long.
Well, you say that, but originally it was for Sirius Black, so that Hagrid got it from Sirius Black.
Yeah, so it lasted about 11 years. No, how old's Harry?
It was
17?
17,
Yeah.
surely it doesn't happen on that book.
So it lasted about 18 years then.
Who enchanted that bike?
Sirius, I assume.
Is he that powerful to keep it going?
I mean, it was meant to be a really good wizard, wasn't he? And then it was dead as well, so I suppose the enchantments do last after death. Unless, I mean, it was Hagrid that were looking after it, so I doubt Hagrid were keeping the enchantments going. Because
You
he's
don't
not.
know his level.
I
This
mean,
is not final form.
I mean, he is pretty terrible as a wizard.
How do you know?
He can barely put out his own house.
That's because his wand's in his umbrella. It's all broken up into pieces.
And he couldn't summon a Patronus either.
I know, but just look purely at when Ron had his broken, and then he were trying to cast spells and they were casting him back on himself. That was a wand that had been poorly repaired, but still, it was a broken wand that was not either doing the spell he wanted or it was reflecting it back on himself.
Yeah, but he was still doing pretty decent magic with it. It's just they're all being fired back at him. And
Yeah, but if you broke that into
slugs, Malfoy.
how many did they how many pieces did they break that into to put it into his umbrella?
I just snapped it in half, didn't
Is that it?
I? Yeah, normally.
Does then the magic spread through the wood, so that's why it's lesser magic?
No, it's actually not a wooden umbrella. That's the problem. It's made out of aluminium.
So is aluminum aluminum?
Aluminum.
Is that is that affecting the magic? Hello? Yes. Is it affecting the magic?
Well, I'd assume so. It's not it'd have to be a magical wood, wouldn't it, as well?
It would, yeah. So is that the reason why it's terrible? If you suddenly took that out of his umbrella?
No, I think he was just crap.
You
Because he's half giant, isn't he, as well?
Do you what? Did they say you can't judge him because he's half giant? Sorry, I just touched his leg.
Yeah, but I mean, he's half giant, so he's got a lot of magical protection himself, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Giants are they're quite resistant to magic. So I'd assume that because he's part wizard, part giant who's resistant to magic, it's difficult for him to cast spells because the magic's resisting being channeled through him.
Fair enough.
And then he's got a wand that's been turned into a bleeding umbrella, which makes it even worse because it's been snapped into, then spello taped back together, shoved inside this
Spello tape.
Yeah, this umbrella to be fired off. No, it's terrible.
Stop setting my hood on fire.
Hold on to this, Harry.
Elves. How's elves? Why are they the creatures that don't need a wand to cast magic?
Well, all the creatures don't have wands, other. There's only humans.
Yeah, but not their level of magic.
Goblins get angry at them, don't they? The goblins are angry that humans keep wand law to themselves.
Yeah.
So all the races have got to either, enchant it into armour and stuff like that, like the goblin made armour. Because you never really see a goblin use magic, do you?
No, what is their level, what is their extent of magic? Because if a house elf pretty much can...
Yeah, they can do what they want, can't
exactly, what's the laws that they actually abide by? And also, because like Dobby is a free elf, a dead elf, but but when he was alive, because he was made a free elf, did that mean he could just go and just like do whatever he wanted?
Yeah, he could.
Who's going to stop him? They'd have Sandoras after him. What
No,
are they
no,
going to do?
the-
Like that, and all their ones just flying.
The Ministry of Elf Magic. They have little house elves in the Ministry of Magic, which chase down rogue elves. He was the only one who was the first.
Did he set up the actual thing?
Yeah. I do like how they explain they're talking about house elves at one point, aren't they? They're like, well, there's weirdos in every race. Talking
about Dobby the Freak. We know his different clothes. I love it, best him Dobby. If a house elf went bad, Lord Voldemort the house elf, what'd stop them from actually just destroying everything?
Clothes.
Because where's the sock? Yeah, we'll get
They
back
just
to that.
entice him with like some like unwashed, like Crichton from Red Dwarf. Something like that. You stop him just by here's some washing that needs doing. Like, oh yes, master.
Well, if he's got no master.
Dobby is a free elf.
But if he's got no master.
Fold these socks for you, master. I mean, no master.
Exactly. He's not going to just suddenly become a house elf slave like the rest, purely because he wanted to throw some dirty clothes at him.
Dobby did. Dobby loved it, didn't
Yeah,
he?
but he did because he were
free.
Yeah.
He got paid, but he still loved doing all washing and everything, didn't he?
Of course he did.
Because they're insane.
You're belittling house elves.
I am, yeah. They all know that they're crazy.
The Bart from the book, where she's making hats and things and putting them everywhere, thinking the elves are taking them, but no one is. No, it's
And Dobby turns up with like 90 of them on his head.
And the rest of them are scared to go and do it because they're scared she's tricking him.
With his neck snapped in three because of the weight of bleeding hats that he's got on.
Dobby. Good riddance.
Yeah, I, as far as I'm aware, I don't think there's the only limit is the limit that wizards have as well. I assume.
Endless.
Yeah, endless.
So if you've got a powerful Lord Voldemort Dobby.
Yeah, if Dobby had turned out to be evil, he could have killed Voldemort.
Harry Potter.
It turns out that he's one of Voldemort's Horcruxes.
Stan Shunpike, was he a Death Eater?
Yeah.
Yes. Fair enough. There we go. Bye.